7 o'clock.
Today's news.
Marines to join LA show of force. CDC vaccine experts fired.
Americans may lose confidence in routine vaccinations.
Remembering Sly Stone. Good morning, I'm Steve Kathan. With the CBS World News Roundup, 700 U.S. Marines are being added to National Guard units on duty after 4 days of deportation protests in Los Angeles. Events that have pitted California Governor Gavin Newsom against President Trump. Trump this morning said on social media that L.A. would be, quote, burning to the ground without his action. Here's CBS's Jonathan Vigliano.
Overnight, police clashed with pockets of protesters in downtown L.A., some throwing flares and fireworks as officers moved to break up the crowds. Earlier, groups of demonstrators faced off against National Guard troops protecting the federal building downtown. And amid the tensions between protesters and local law enforcement, 700 Marines are expected in the city, along with the 4,000 National Guard troops deployed by President Trump. Around the country, demonstrators are showing up in solidarity to protest the federal immigration crackdown. As immigration sweeps take place in communities across Los Angeles, federal agents are seen targeting schools and businesses. And heartbreaking videos surfacing, like one appearing to show a father being detained and taken by agents in front of his family over the weekend.
Correspondent Ed O'Keefe is at the White House with more on the exchange between the president and the governor.
Last night, the governor filed a lawsuit accusing the Trump administration of overstepping by deploying the National Guard without the governor's permission. The suit calls it a, quote, unprecedented power grab and misuse of federal authority, arguing that the law cited by Trump requires forces to be called up through governors. The White House is defending its actions, saying the protests constitute a form of rebellion. Now, for Trump, this is all the ingredients of a political fight that he relishes. A high-profile governor from a deeply Democratic state who one day may run for president. Initial immigration, issue that Trump polls best on.
Well, for decades, the CDC has used expert advisors to review vaccine safety and effectiveness and recommend who should get them. Yesterday, Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. fired all 17 of them, claiming they had financial conflicts of interest. CBS News medical contributor Dr. Celine Gounder.
Firing the ACIP members en masse undermines continuity and scientific oversight of the process. He's framing this as being neutral, but in fact it may ultimately silence medical experts and replace them with voices more aligned with his vaccine skeptical views.
Overseas now, police in Austria say 10 people were killed in a school shooting in the city of Graz. The shooter is among the dead. Tributes are pouring in for Sly Stone, the groundbreaking musician who brought funk into the mainstream with a string of danceable hits with Sly and the Family Stone. CBS's Anthony Mason says Stone, who died yesterday at 82, was a creative and at times erratic force.
Born Sylvester Stewart in Denton, Texas in 1943, Stone was a performer from a young age. In 1966, he formed Sly and the Family Stone. The band included his brother and sister. In 1968, Everyday People rocketed Sly to the top of the charts. Despite 3 #1 hits and a #1 album, 1971's There's a Riot Going On. The band's moment in the sun was quickly eclipsed by Stone's drug addiction. The Family Stone broke up after less than a decade.
It's 4 minutes after the hour.
Well, that's today's news. Today's news. I didn't hear any good news, did you? I didn't think so. It's 61 degrees in Tracy, California. Well, as always, I want to thank you again for coming along with me on these dash cam news adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody.